Hello YouTube, I'm Drominicus, and this is the 9th installment of my Thorsday series. And I would like to first apologize for not having posted it yesterday. I was not doing so well yesterday, so I was in no condition for any kind of recording, so I do apologize for that, but I am posting it now, and I'm going to be doing the show today on an old Persian deity by the name of Ahurani. So I do hope that you do watch and enjoy today's show for Thursday. The name Ahurani literally means she who belongs to Ahura. Now, in this case, the Ahura is one of the chief deities of the Persian mythology, Ahura Mazda. And so in this case, she is either considered to be the daughter or the consort of Ahura, thus her name Ahurani. As for the description of Ahurani, I was unable to find anything that really is a solid description on what she looked like in any capacity. Now, given that she is a water goddess, we can only assume that she would likely have slender, fair features, because oftentimes water deities have those qualities about them to basically mirror the water's image, right? So now in this case, upon a quick Google search, I was able to find more modern interpretations of what she may have looked like, and those depictions, I think, are within reason accurate, where she would have longer, darker hair and slightly fair but still darker skin. So it's, where she is a Persian deity, it would be appropriate for the location, for the time as well, given that it was so many centuries ago. But yeah, one can only guess that she would be looking something like that, with the longer, darker hair, etc. But that's about the best that I could really find on what Ahurani may have looked like, where I have not been able to find any historical evidence of any sort of representations, depictions, or anything really relating to her description. So that's about the best that I was able to find on that one, so yeah, we'll just go with that for now. So while Ahurani was not exactly a big deity per se in the religion, she was worshipped, but from what I was able to find, not as any sort of patron deity for any particular city or anything of that nature. Now, she was attached, of course, to the Persian Empire, where she is a Persian deity. Now, the Persian Empire, of course, started out as just part of the province or the kingdom then of Pars, which grew into the Persian Empire, as we now refer to it as. But yeah, so she would have been worshipped all throughout the Persian Empire, originally starting in the province or kingdom of Pars in Iran. Ahurani was a goddess of water, as I will discuss in her domain section coming up next, and given that, her main symbol was that of water. Now, it wasn't limited to just simply running water, it was also still water, and snow even was one of her symbols as well. So really any water-related thing was associated with Ahurani. The domains of Ahurani were pretty much those of what you would expect of a goddess of the water. So her domains included water, obviously, of all kinds, as mentioned previously, both still, running, rain, snow, anything of that nature, any body of water were her domains, as well as health, healing, and prosperity, sometimes luck, but essentially those were the domains that she was associated with. Now, when you think of water, those are the sort of things that you look to, the beneficial parts of receiving water. So it gives things new life, it causes things to grow and prosper. So those were her domains that were attributed to her. So while Ahurani did not actually have any dedicated worship to her from what I was able to find. We can guess, given her association with water and her other domains, that she probably did have a fairly decent following. Now, there have been found temples dedicated to Ahura Mazda, her consort and possibly father. So it is likely, well, possible at the very least, that she was worshipped within those temple walls. Now, given her importance as a water deity, she was likely worshipped outside of the temple walls in some form or another, possibly purification rituals, possibly rituals to bring prosperity and growth. Not 100% sure though, given the lack of information that I have found. Or, well, you can't really find a lack, I suppose, but still, you know what I mean. There's not really very much information that I was able to find on Ahurani. And so at this point, it's basically just guesses as to exactly how she was worshipped. But as I said, given her association with water, we can guess that she was worshipped at least a reasonable amount for various reasons involving good health. So as mentioned before, there is a lack of information on Ahurani. Now, the one thing that I was able to find, though, is that Ahurani may not have been a single individual deity. She may have, in fact, been a collection of deities, the Ahuranis, where she has been referred to in certain script or text in the plural. So it's quite possible that Ahura Mazda had not just one daughter or consort named Ahurani, rather had multiple, and it was not so much a name as it was a title. So that is a possibility, given what I've seen thus far. And given the lack of information on Ahurani herself, it is quite possible that it was simply an honorary title as opposed to a name proper for this one goddess. It could have just been a collective title for all of these various deities who were consorts of Ahura Mazda. So whether or not that's entirely true is yet to be discovered, as there are conflicting stories, whereas one script will have it in the plural, the other will not. It's a little bit difficult to discern, but there you go. That's kind of the case with a lot of various mythologies as to what exactly happened. But anyway, that's about that, and I do hope that you enjoyed this brief and not 100% informative, but at least somewhat informative look at Ahurani, the Persian deity.